It's a beautiful morning in Montreal, May 29th of 2012. There's a janitor named Mike Nadeau, I hope that's how it's pronounced, and he has been ignoring something for 3 days. A smell coming from a black suitcase sitting in the alley behind his building. He told himself it was garbage, old food, maybe a dead animal. But this morning, this particular Tuesday morning, this smell is impossible to ignore. He walks over, he crouches down, he opens the suitcase. Inside is the torso of a human being. No head, no arms, no legs. Just a torso. In a suitcase, in an alley in Montreal. Within 24 hours, Interpol issues an international red notice. Within 48, the face of their suspect is pinned to the top of the Interpol website. The most wanted man on the planet. And what unfolds next is one of the most disturbing, most surreal criminal cases in modern history. Because this wasn't just a murder. This was a performance, and it had been building for years. Welcome to Don't Tell My Mom podcast. I'm Tanishka.
And I'm Niveda.
Today we are talking about Luka Magnotta. So real quick before we start, this episode contains murder, dismemberment, animal cruelty, child abuse and mental illness. We are going to be honest because this case demands it. So if you need to pause at any point, please pause, because I know I'm going to be pausing a lot of times while narrating it, because this case is disturbing. I first came across this case in January of this year, and it was so disturbing that for the next 2 weeks I kept seeing his face on walls and everywhere. So what about you, Niveda?
To be honest, I have heard his name because of you talking and through and through Insta feeds, but then I haven't exactly known what the exact thing is about. I just know here and there, that's it.
That's the actual thing with this case. Most people have just seen a headline or probably a clip, but they didn't know who this person was or how deeply broken the road to this crime really was. So today, we are doing the full thing. And I want to start where this case truly begins. Not with the killer, but with the victim. It's May 24th, 2012. Montreal is beautiful. The trees are green, the nights are warm, the kind of city energy that only comes when winter finally gives up. Junlin is out that evening. He's 33 years old. He came to Canada from Wuhan, China, 2 years earlier with a dream that a lot of people have. A fresh start, a good education, and a better life. He's studying computer engineering at Concordia University. He works part-time at a convenience store between classes. People who know him describe him as warm, kind, funny, and a little shy. The kind of person who makes you feel comfortable the second you meet them. He'd just gone through a breakup. He's navigating some quiet pressure from his family back home. They want him to settle down, marry a woman. He hasn't come out to them about his sexuality. He's handling all of it the way a lot of people do. Quietly, privately, one day at a time. That evening, he responds to an ad on Craigslist. The man who posted it is Luka Magnotta.
So what happened after he replied?
He went out that night. Security cameras at Magnotta's apartment building on Deckery Boulevard capture both of them walking in together. Junlin is alive, walking. He has absolutely no idea what is about to happen to him. At midnight, he sends a text to his former boyfriend. It was just a casual check-in, but it was the last message that Junlin would ever send.
Oh my god. Wait, so Junlin is gay?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
But his family was very traditional. So they
Okay,
wanted
because
him
he's
to
from
marry a
China.
woman.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't tell because he's from China, or else people will come after us and be like, oh, so India and all. No.
No. Chinese people have this high traditional thing, so.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Anyways, moving on. The next morning, May 25th, a video appears online on a gore website called Best Gore. The title: One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. I'm not going to describe this video in detail because, of course, I have not watched it. But from what we know from case files and the autopsy is enough. Junlin has sustained 55 stab wounds. The cause of death was a deep cut to the neck, inflicted while he was still alive. His body was dismembered using a kitchen knife and pruning shears. The whole thing was filmed. And investigators who reviewed a longer version of the video in police custody noted that cannibalism may have been performed.
Wait, what? So this thing was filmed, like, it was captured.
It was not only filmed, it was edited and then it was uploaded on the internet.
Oh my god. Why would a person even do that? Okay.
We'll get to that. But this wasn't just a murder, it was meant to be watched. The killer almost did it as if it was a movie. Shooting, filming, editing, uploading. And we'll get to why in a second. But here's the detail that has stayed with me since I first came across this case. After everything that happened in the apartment, Magnotta packs a bag. He walks out of the building, he gets to the lobby and he stops in front of a mirror to check his appearance. Surveillance footage caught it. A man who had just committed an act of unthinkable violence pausing to look at his own reflection.
Oh my god. Why would he even check his reflection? Yeah.
It's like when you see a mirror, you're like, oh, do I look good? Do I look like... You check like that. But to do that after killing someone it tells you everything about him. But to understand it, we have to go back, way back, to a suburb of Toronto called Scarborough, to a boy named Eric Newman.
Okay. I'm sorry, that name does sound funny to me.
Eric Clinton Kirk Newman is born on July 24th, 1982 in Scarborough, Ontario. His father named him after two of his favorite movie stars, Clint Eastwood and Kirk Douglas, which honestly, it is like foreshadowing of a particular kind, considering how much of Eric's entire life becomes about wanting to be a star.
Well, that name is like giving me an ache right now.
Right? And moving on, his parents are teenagers, high school sweethearts. His mom, Anna, was in grade 9 when she fell pregnant.
What?
They get special permission. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They get special permission to marry because of her age. And she quits school. They start their life together in someone else's basement. And after that, it all goes downhill. His father can't hold down steady work. The family keeps losing homes, bouncing between relatives' places, between cities, never stable. His father struggles with alcohol and so does his mother. His mother, a whole separate kind of a lady, and I'm telling this directly from Eric's own account to his psychiatrist. He says that his mother had a severe consuming obsession with cleanliness. It was more of like a very severe case of germophobia.
Okay.
And he says that sometimes she would lock the kids outside if they tracked in dirt.
What?
And Wait, there's more. She once let their pet rabbits die in the cold outside rather than bring them into the house. And because the family kept losing homes, she homeschooled the children for years. No school, no classmates, no birthday parties, not even neighborhood friends. She almost completely cut off from the outside world.
What the fuck? Like, bro, without socializing or no, that's not a normal childhood. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? It's like genuinely going to, have a big impact on him in future.
Completely. And then in 1994, his parents divorced. The
Oh.
same year,
Wow.
the same year, his father is diagnosed with schizophrenia. And then Eric goes to live with his grandmother. And according to his own testimony, he faces verbal abuse from a stepfather figure. When he finally enters regular school, which is the I.E. Weldon Secondary School in Lindsay, Ontario, he's 16 years old. 5-6 years behind his peers socially, and the bullies find him immediately. Classmates later described him as vain, effeminate, and strange. He told wildly elaborate lies about himself. He claimed to be wealthy, claimed to have celebrity connections, anything to paper over a life he was deeply ashamed of. He was obsessed with female movie stars, Marilyn Monroe especially. He reportedly believed her spirit lived inside him.
What?
Now, that is very wild.
Yeah.
And then he wrote school essays about Ava Gardner and Sharon Stone. He wanted to be beautiful. He wanted to be famous. He wanted more than anything to be seen. But no one was watching. Around this time, he reportedly started hearing voices. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia in his late teens. He goes on disability, moves into a group home in Toronto.
So he was diagnosed from like very early age also.
Yes, he had like mental illness stuff from very early on, like he was a teen.
Of course, he wasn't in a normal childhood.
Yeah. Though this becomes really complicated and contested at his trial later, so I want to be upfront about that. Right. Now, in the trial, the prosecution would argue that his early schizophrenia symptoms were caused by teenage drug use and that the real diagnosis was borderline personality disorder with narcissistic traits and not psychosis. The defense said schizophrenia. The jury sided with the prosecution. But what's not contested is what this childhood produced. A person who emerged from those years with a profound, aching, consuming need for one thing: attention. The kind of need that had never once been met. So 2001, Eric Newman moves to Toronto. He is now 19, broke, mentally unwell, and on disability payments. He makes a decision. If the real world won't hand him what he wants, he will build a fake one. He starts stripping at a nightclub called Remington's. He works as a male escort. He shoots low-budget gay adult films under the name Luka, Rocco, and Jimmy. He gets cosmetic surgeries done. He auditions for reality television, a show called Cover Guy on Out TV, a show called Plastic Makes Perfect on Slice Network. But he doesn't make the cut for both of them. A staff member at the Internet Adult Film Database reviewing his entire output reportedly said, not even the porn industry was much interested in him. That is a devastating sentence.
Oh my god.
He Yeah, all he wanted was attention, and he did everything to get it, right?
Wait, so our victim and murderer both are gays?
I would say Luka was more bisexual.
Okay, bisexual. Okay.
Yeah. He acted in those things because he wanted,
He wanted
to
acting.
be.
Okay. I
Yeah.
understand.
But he didn't get it. And I think this captures something important about how the story unfolds. Every door this man knocked on, modeling, adult films, reality TV, escort work, the world kept saying no. Or worse, it said, who? So, on August 12th, 2006, Eric Clinton Kirk Newman legally kills himself. On paper, that is. He walks into a courthouse and he changes his name. From that day forward, he is Luka Rocco Magnotta. It's not just a name change, it's an erasure. Eric Newman, the bullied, broke, invisible boy from Scarborough, is dead. In his place is a character, a persona, Luka Magnotta, the mysterious, beautiful, dangerous man of mystery who moves through the world trailed by glamour and attention. And then comes the internet. Oh no, is right. He builds what police would later estimate to be at least a minimum of 70 Facebook pages and 20 websites, all dedicated to promoting Luka Magnotta. He creates hundreds of fake accounts. In internet language, these are called as sock puppets. Fake names, fake people, all singing the praises of the same real man. He even goes to the extent of writing fan mail to himself. He starts fan forums for himself. He flood searches Google with his name so it appears next to famous and infamous people. He spreads a rumor that he is related to the actor River Phoenix.
Oh my.
Wait. He does so much. And then he posts photos of himself in luxury hotels and designer clothes. The influencer playbook, years before influencers were even a thing. And here is the reality. By 2007, he declared bankruptcy. $17,000 in debt. But he was only making around 800 Canadian dollars a month. The jet-set empire of Luka Magnotta was completely fictional.
So every single thing about his persona is like all made up. It's all fictional. Oh my god.
Yeah. He didn't have the money, he didn't have the designer clothes, he didn't have the luxury hotels, and he was completely alone. And he was building this picture of himself online.
Oh my god.
And
all he had is this fantasy of himself.
yes. And you know what? He was getting more desperate. So soon.
Oh what? He's like already in debt.
Yeah, but he wanted attention. You know, it's like a drug.
What? Okay. He's this
Wait.
attention seeker. Okay, fine.
So soon he tried something that honestly, it was like genuinely clever, but in the most twisted way possible. In 2007, he started quietly seeding online rumors that he was in a romantic relationship with a convicted killer whose name was Karla Homolka. And at that time, she was Canada's most infamous female killer. She was convicted alongside her husband for raping and murdering 3 teenage girls, including her own sister. Her own
What?
sister.
Wait, what? Okay.
The rumors spread. It reached the journalists and two media outlets called Magnotta. And Magnotta went on camera. He went on radios and he tearfully denied everything, claiming that some anonymous stalker was harassing him. He built the scandal himself, then used the denial to generate press coverage. He later admitted to a psychiatrist that he was behind it all. He described the period as a time when he was, quote, very alone with no real connections, just passing a lot of time online.
Oh my God, wait. So he was like, he himself made a connection with a murderer, and he just wanted people to talk about him.
Yes.
And even that wasn't enough for him.
It was never enough for him. And in December of 2010, he found a shortcut. On December 21st of 2010, a video appears on YouTube. It's titled One Boy, Two Kittens. And in this video, a man in a dark green hoodie is playing gently with two small tabby kittens on a bed. He's affectionate with them, he's petting them, and he lets them crawl on him. The kind of video that you nowadays see on Instagram Reels, right? People with their cats or their pets.
Mm-hmm.
But here, the scene shifts. Without warning, he puts them inside a vacuum-sealed plastic bag. And then, he turns on the vacuum cleaner.
What? Wait, what? Okay, wait, I don't even want to know what is gonna happen.
Quickly,
Oh my God.
the bag collapses. The air is sucked out of the bag. The kittens suffocate. And he watches.
Okay, he's a
And
total
all
psychopath.
all this was filmed and it was uploaded on YouTube. I literally shiver every time I read about this. Within 48 hours, nearly 3,000 people had joined a Facebook group to find the man in that video.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's something real about the internet in 2010. There was an unwritten rule: you do not mess with cats. Cat videos were the whole culture, as they still are. Killing them on camera was guaranteed to ignite something. And he knew that. He simply knew that. He simply knew not to mess with cats. And he did. He didn't post the video because he was unhinged or reckless. He posted it because he wanted exactly this. 3,000 people searching his name. He wanted the attention, even if it was the attention of people who hated him.
Oh, wait. So he did all this for just getting attention and people to find him where he is. Oh, okay, this guy. Okay.
And among the people who joined the Facebook group, there was a data analyst from Las Vegas who went by the alias Bowdy Movin. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But her real name was Deanna Thompson, and a man named John Green from Los Angeles. They formed what they called the Animal Beta Project. Regular people with day jobs spending their nights analyzing video frames pixel by pixel. The carpet texture, the electrical outlets, the furniture, GPS metadata from photographs. They built a case from nothing. 3 weeks in, one of the group admins, a woman named Nicey Punk, gets a Facebook message from a stranger. It reads, "The name of the kitten vacuumer you are looking for is Luka Magnotta." Now, of course, it's not very surprising who must have sent this message. it was him.
And with this, we will end this episode. And this is it for me and her. I'm Niveda and that's Tanishka. We're signing off, and I hope you loved our true crime podcast series. And this is the first episode of it. I don't think we'll have many of it, but we are still searching for the journals we are gonna be interested in. So
We
till
will
then,
definitely will.
stay tuned. Yeah.
Yes, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Until then, see you in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
The next episode, and yeah. So bye.